I've stayed in enough hotels to realize something. Every traveler thinks they know how hotels work, until a hotel bill proves them wrong. These places look warm and welcoming on the outside, but behind the polished smiles and fancy lobbies is a system carefully designed to upsell, overcharge, or quietly slip in fees you never asked for. I learned this the day a budget hotel charged me simply for opening the minibar door. I didn't drink anything, just opened it. That single moment pushed me into a different mindset. I stopped being a regular guest and started becoming a student of how hotels truly operate. And the deeper I went, the more shocking it got. There are tricks hotels use to make money, but there are even smarter tricks travelers use to beat the system. Hidden hacks that turn ordinary guests into VIPs. Quiet strategies that unlock upgrades, save money, and make a hotel stay feel like you belong on the preferred guest list, even if you booked the cheapest room online. But here's the part most people miss. These hacks aren't complicated. They're just hidden. And if you don't know them, you're walking into hotels blind while other guests, sometimes right next to you, are checking in like seasoned insiders. So before we dive into the best hotel hacks of 2026, do yourself a favor and hit that subscribe button right now. Not just to support the channel, but so you never travel blind again. The tips you're about to hear will change the way you stay in hotels forever, starting now. Number 1, the 3 p.m. power move. Every hotel has a sweet spot, a magic hour, a moment when the front desk suddenly becomes more generous, more flexible, and surprisingly helpful. And that hour is around 3 p.m. Here's why. By 3 p.m., hotels know exactly which rooms are cleaned, which guests haven't shown up, and what inventory they still need to fill to look fully booked on paper. It's the moment when they breathe out and think, okay, what do we do with all these remaining rooms? This is where you come in. If you walk in at noon and ask for an upgrade, the staff may smile, but behind that smile, they know half the rooms aren't ready. They don't want the chaos. But arrive between 2:45 and 3:30, and suddenly the stars align. They have a clear view of what's available. They're more relaxed. They want to allocate rooms efficiently. And if you sound polite, friendly, and just a tiny bit confident, you can unlock better rooms without spending a naira, dollar, or euro extra. I've used this trick so many times I've lost count. Once, in Istanbul, I walked in at 3:05 p.m., casually asked, "Any complimentary room upgrades today?" And the lady at the desk smiled like she'd been waiting all day for someone to ask. She tapped her keyboard dramatically and gave me a sea view room that wasn't even listed online anymore. Soft tip here, always speak gently, never entitled. A simple, if there's anything better available, I'd really appreciate it, works like magic. But this is only the first hack. The next one is even more powerful because it works before you even arrive at the hotel. Number 2, the hidden email that changes everything. Most travelers book a hotel and wait until check-in day. But smart travelers, the ones who never pay full price for comfort, send one email, just one, 24 to 48 hours before arrival. It's not a complaint email. It's not a request for discount. It's something far more strategic. You send a warm message to the hotel saying you're excited to stay with them. Mention a celebration, a long travel journey, or something small but heartfelt. Hotels love guests who feel emotionally connected before arrival. It's psychology and customer service strategy mixed together. When you create rapport before stepping foot into that building, the staff already feels invested in giving you a good experience. I once sent something simple. "Hi, I'm arriving tomorrow. I've heard amazing things about your hotel, and I'm really looking forward to this stay. It's been a stressful week, and this trip means a lot. See you soon." Guess what happened? Complimentary breakfast, early check-in, and, you guessed it, a better room. Why? Because hotels know first impressions matter. If they can win you over early, your review will reflect it. And trust me, hotels will do almost anything for good reviews in 2026, especially with how competitive the travel space has gotten. Add this to your cheap hotel hacks list. It saves money, improves your stay, and opens doors before you even enter the lobby. And the next hack? Even deeper. This one helps you avoid the biggest hotel scam travelers fall for every year. Number 3, the minibar trap and the censor secret hotels have evolved. In 2026, many minibars now have motion sensors. You open the door and boom, Your bill increases by $10, even if you don't eat or drink anything. The first time this happened to me, I genuinely thought someone was messing with me. I opened the minibar out of curiosity. Didn't touch a single item. And at checkout, I saw a mysterious charge. The receptionist said, "Sir, the system shows you opened the minibar." That's when it hit me. Hotels are not just selling drinks, they're selling curiosity bait. Here's what you do. The moment you get into your room, call the front desk and say, "Please note that I won't be using the minibar. Kindly disable the automatic charges." Many hotels, they can turn off the sensor billing system from their console. If they can't, they'll manually note it on your account. Suddenly, your curiosity becomes free. And for anyone who loves storing their own drinks or snacks, well, now you can do that without accidentally buying a $7 bottle of water you didn't intend to drink. This hack saves you money, frustration, and unnecessary arguments during checkout. And it makes you feel like you're playing at the same level as the hotel system, not beneath it. But that's nothing compared to the next one. The next hack will make you rethink how you select rooms forever. Number 4. The room location strategy hotels don't want you to know. Not all rooms are created equal. Some rooms are built for comfort and silence, others are built for chaos and noise. And when hotels run out of good rooms, guess where they put unsuspecting guests? Yep, the noisy ones. Near elevators, above the gym, below the rooftop bar, next to the housekeeping closet where they store every banging metal object known to mankind. Smart travelers master room selection the way gamers master maps. Here's how. When booking online, never choose standard room. Instead, write a request in the notes section like quiet room away from elevators or service areas. Hotels absolutely pay attention to these notes because noise complaints damage their ratings. Another tip, floors 4 to 6 are usually the sweet spot. High enough to avoid street noise, low enough to avoid elevator traffic, and far enough from rooftop event noise. I once got placed in a room above a nightclub that didn't close until 3 a.m. The next morning, the manager apologized and upgraded me. Not because I complained loudly, but because I knew the strategic phrase, "Is there a quieter room available?" That sentence works better than yelling, threatening, or demanding compensation. Travelers who know these things get better sleep, better comfort, and better overall experiences. And speaking of experiences, this next hack will change how you eat at hotels forever. Number 5, the breakfast upgrade technique. Hotel breakfast can be expensive. Some hotels charge the price of a 3-course meal just for eggs and bread. But there's a technique that quietly turns paid breakfast into complimentary breakfast more often than you'd expect. Here's how it works. If breakfast isn't included in your booking, simply ask at check-in, "Is breakfast complimentary for my room category?" Say it with confidence, not entitlement. Sometimes the staff will double-check, and if the hotel isn't fully booked, or if they're aiming for higher guest satisfaction scores, they may add it for free without hesitation. This is especially effective when you're staying multiple nights. Hotels would rather give you breakfast than risk losing a long-stay guest to a negative review or early checkout. Another strategic move. Go to breakfast on the first morning and give your room number confidently. Most hotels don't cross-verify aggressively unless the place is packed. And here's the fun part. If they say breakfast isn't included, simply smile and say, "No worries." Then use the next hack I'm about to reveal, because it saves you even more money than free breakfast ever could. Stick around. The next hack involves food, comfort, and hotel psychology combined. Number 6, the food delivery loophole. Hotels want you to order room service because it's one of their biggest profit margins. But room service is almost always overpriced. A burger that costs $5 on the street becomes $22 on the room service menu. But there's a loophole. Order food from outside, but avoid the lobby. Many hotels charge a delivery handling fee if the food rider hands over your meal at the reception. But there's a workaround. Meet the rider outside, or ask them to leave the food with the security post if allowed. Better yet, some hotels allow delivery directly to your door if you give the rider your room number after check-in. It's discreet, it's faster, and it completely removes any extra handling fee. I've used this trick in over 30 countries, Nigeria, Turkey, Malaysia, you name it. Always works. And here's an insider tip. Hotels actually respect guests who handle their own meals quietly. It makes you look like an experienced traveler, not someone fumbling through new environments. But let's take this even further. The next hack isn't about food, it's about using your hotel room like a productivity powerhouse. Number 7, the power outlet expansion hack. In 2026, you'd think hotels would have more outlets. But somehow, every modern hotel still gives you 2 working sockets, usually in the most inconvenient places. Here's the hack. Always travel with a lightweight extension cube. Not a 5-meter cable, just a small cube. This one trick multiplies your charging capability instantly. Laptops, phones, cameras, power banks, you name it. Some travelers even bring a USB-only brick that powers 6 devices at once. I've used this to charge everything overnight without having to crawl behind furniture or unplug lamps like I'm defusing a bomb. And here's a secret. Hotel staff notice organized travelers. The more professional your setup looks, the more respect you get, and the more likely they are to respond warmly when you request something later. But you'll want to stay for the next hack, because this next one exposes a trick hotels have used against travelers for decades. The final hack, the loyalty cheat code. In 2026, hotel loyalty programs are smarter, but so are travelers. You don't need to be a business traveler to climb tiers anymore. All you need is one trick. Join the loyalty program before you book, not after. Many hotels give instant perks even at the lowest tier. Free Wi-Fi upgrades, early check-in, late checkout, room preferences, and better room allocation. And here's the cheat code. Some hotels honor status matching. If you have any membership, airline, hotel, or even a credit card tier, they'll match or upgrade your hotel status instantly. This gives you more benefits without spending more. And that, my friend, is how you win the hotel game in 2026. If you learned something new today, hit that subscribe button right now. It helps the channel grow, but more importantly, it guarantees you never travel blind again. Drop a comment telling me which hack shocked you the most, and share this video with someone who's planning a trip soon. They'll thank you later. Travel smarter. Spend less. Sleep better. See you in the next video.